Yeah. Hey, all right. How's everyone doing? All good? So I'm Kasei, the founder and CEO of Protal, and I'm super excited to be here today to tell you about our game. But before I do so, let's take a quick trip down memory lane. So what do you think of when you see this picture here? Absolutely nothing? Nostalgia, that's right. And this one here? Definitely had that experience myself before as well. And lastly, these. Now, you may have seen these pictures before. You may have had broken ankles and other experiences. You might have had older cousins or siblings who've experienced them. But seeing the picture might have brought up a different kind of memory, a previous experience that you've had. Now, studies have shown that our most prominent memories start forming from youth. And when you see and experience these things again, you tend to relive the memory in a positive way. So there's one particular study in the Journal of Memory and Cognition that found out our most enduring memories were formed starting from the age of 10 onwards. And very often when we look back on these memories, we see them in a positive light, and people love revisiting them. Which is probably why I had this guy on repeat when I'm coding still, living back in the 2010s. Now, loads of industries have picked up on this, from the Coca-Cola truck. Don't know if that's a thing here, but it's a massive thing in the UK. Every single year, signaling the start of Christmas. To most recently in Hollywood, the Super Mario Brothers movie, Stranger Things, and I hate to say it, all those damn Spider-Man remakes that keep coming back and back and back again. I still watch them though, so maybe I'm the sucker, I don't know. Over on in gaming, we've seen a massive resurgence of pixel games. Games such as Stardew Valley, Terraria, Shovel Knight, they've all had massive success. For example, Terraria has had 40 million downloads since inception. That's 65,000 downloads a week, every single week for the past 12 years. And that's not all. Game developers have also been remaking titles. I'm sure you guys have all seen kind of Diablo 2 remastered. My personal favorite was Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening. When that came out, I think about 2 years ago or so, I was one of almost 500,000 players that downloaded that in the first 3 days. And you might think, okay, this only appeals to players like myself who've, been through that experience when we were growing up. We've seen that kind of stuff and we relate to it. But you might be surprised to find out that over almost half of Stardew Valley players are under the age of 25. So clearly, people love nostalgia, and they love these sorts of titles. Now, when we started in this space last year, we saw some crazy, crazy things. We saw games move from kind of idle games all the way to these AAA, crazy graphics, crazy gameplay stories. And in the background, we saw the Web3 technology change as well. Subnets getting released, things getting faster, things getting better and more secure. Amidst all of this, what we wanted to do as a team was build something that could take us back to that childhood memory of us sitting in our room, super excited, about to turn on our TV, put it in the cartridge, and see the splash screen of our favorite game pop up. So we tried to do this a little bit with a game we called Protal, and I'd like to show you a quick trailer.
Unhappy? Looking for some excitement in your life? We're going to blow your tiny mind! Portal Fantasy! Welcome, hero! Wait, really? You're the hero? Well, time to scoot, little newt. Solve interesting puzzles. See spectacular landscapes. Get your butt walloped by our magnificent portals. Portals? They're just these cute little monsters who will try to murder you any chance they get, unless you capture them first. Don't mash buttons. What are you, a child? A monkey? It's like a dignified game of chess. Chess mixed with fencing and magic and monsters and energy drinks. Optimize your team. Take down epic enemies like
This demonic psychopath!
capture all 100 baubles. Visit our amazing shops. Buy interesting items. Our shopkeepers are friendly sometimes, but Portal Wanderer, I promise it's all worth it. Because if you're really good, you might become an architect and rip apart time and space to create your own reality. That's right. Build your own maps and quests. Share your creations with other players and crush other players into fine powder. Become a god. Drive them from their homes. Turn their livestock into pillars of salt. Destroy the... We hope you enjoy your stay. Portal Fantasy!
Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you guys loved it, because our team spent so long writing all the jokes for that, so that's awesome. So this is Portal Fantasy, a pixel RPG set in the magical world of the Peely Kingdom. You can play as the hero, where you can journey, you can have the satisfaction of completing quests, thrill of exploring the unknown, or you can play as the architect, where you can pass on these experiences to other players. Alongside this, we also have an extensive webcomic series where you can read about the backstories of all the characters, and it's written by the same award-winning writer that writes the quests in-game. Now, I'd like to dive into the game really quickly and show you a few features. So when you start off in the city of Valeria, and that's kind of your central hub for NPCs, merchants, and shops. Some of the NPCs are fairly sane. Some are a bit weird. This guy's a nutter. So one of the first things we want to do is we open up our quest log. And this shows that we've got a quest for Rudder's mission. Over here it says we want to go to the Silent Woods to find a sick girl's parents. So we can close this and step on over to the portal. So the portal in Portal Fantasy is the gateway to the wilderness, which is the outer regions of the world. Over here we've got different zones, and they unlock as you play the game more. So right now we've got the desert, which has a bunch of maps. We've only got one unlocked right now. But in the Underpine, we've got a few here as well. So let's click on here, which is the Silent Woods, and click Travel. Now, when we get into this space, every single detail, every single tile is meticulously crafted by our team. We added a bunch of features, and there's some kind of original ones here as well as the tall grass. So the combat system here is turn-based. We can press attack over down there, and then our chop up attacks. As we're doing so, we build up the momentum, which is the blue bar on the top left here, and we can use a special ability. So with a lot of interactions, we keep attacking, we can build up the momentum, and then we can decide what strategy to use. So for this guy, we're just gonna, he's got 2 HP, but let's just throw a firebomb into his face. Boom, easy. Now, you may have noticed that as we're walking along, there's another character over here. So this isn't an NPC, this is actually another player who's playing as we're going along too. And the great thing about Portal Fantasy is as you're questing and as you're going along, you can see your friends, you can chat with them, have some banter, try and ask them to be your friend, get rejected. Always happens to me. Cool, so we're just about to go to the next place, and we've got another battle here. So we don't really have enough time for this guy. We're going to click flee and just get on with our day. Now, as we're exploring, you'll notice that there's a bunch of different maps and puzzles and other things. So certain traps like this require a bit of skill. Others require more kind of problem solving or exploration. And there's a whole big variety. So that looks horrible, so we'll go on this way. And before we go on, let's open up our inventory. So we can put a bunch of stuff into our battle belt, which is stuff that's going to be ready when we go into battle. So like potions and scrolls and bombs, just things to help us out. All right, let's keep going. Now this guy over here, we don't actually have him right now, so we want to capture him. We can do so by clicking the attack to weaken him a bit, and then we click over here on the portal scroll button, and we can capture him. If he's captured in a team, we'll be able to join our team. We can then level him up, we can battle with him, we can mint him as an NFT if we want to. But generally, yeah, we can use him in kind of future battles. So here you can see he's there. We're not going to swap him out to our team because he's way too weak. So we'll just keep him there for now. And as we get further into the wilderness, there's more traps, there's more NPCs. Some are friendly, some, like this one, clearly with the red arrow, wants to do us a bit of harm. Stella wants to battle, so yeah, let's go for it. So this is a much more involved battle. It's 3-on-3. You can see with our main guy, Charpup, is being buffed by a bunch of passives from the other guys. So it's really about kind of getting the best team. And what we're going to do here is we're going to switch out to Volky, which is a different portal, but he's much more defensive. So our kind of strategy here is that we're going to keep defending until we build up that blue momentum bar. And then we're going to use this mode called Reckless Mode. So we click here, everything gets stronger, faster. Volky is way stronger. He moves much quicker, but he takes double damage. So this is kind of the trade-off you get. And you can kind of notice that we're so fast, we can actually hit twice before the enemy lizard even hits once. So it might look like we're about to die after this, because we're much lower in health. But because we can get 2 attacks in, we can actually destroy this guy before he touches us. All right, so for this next guy, let's switch out because he's about to die. Let's switch over to Oni, which is another portal with a different set of special attacks and abilities. So here we're going to attack, build up that momentum, and then we're going to try and use our special ability here. Clap that boy back to town. Easy. All right, and for the last guy, we're just going to switch back to our main, our one and only Charpup. Not going to waste too much time. Hit him a couple of times, and then we're going to throw a fireball in his face. Boom. Yep, as you can see, Stella clearly has been skipping her gym days because that was not even a challenge for our team. But hopefully this gives you a little bit of a taste of what the game is like. Now, I remember a specific moment in my childhood where I came back from school. I took my Pokemon Silver cartridge, I put it into my Game Boy, flicked the switch on, and I was shocked. I was absolutely devastated to find out that my save file had been wiped. I spent so much time collecting all of those creatures, I had a bunch of shinies, and I just could not bring myself to play the game again. Fast forward to now, I never did restart that game. But fortunately, with Web3, that's not going to be an issue with Portal Fantasy. All those companions that you have that's been through thick and thin with you, been through all of those bosses and all of those levels, you can immortalize them on the blockchain as a dynamic NFT. So as you teach them more skills and abilities, they level up with you, and that's reflected in the contract too. That's not the only thing. Aside from these portals, you can also do the same with cosmetics. So hats, for example, and capes, and different pets, they can all be immortalized too. And there's going to be a vibrant marketplace where you can trade all of these with other players. And that's even before the architect creator tools come in. What we've tried to do is marry the best of Web3 technology with this sort of game to create a seamless, fantastic experience. Now, in order to bottle up nostalgia, we assembled a team of extremely talented people. People who have come from all walks of life, from different studios, worked on different projects. But we all came together because we had one common goal: to build something we loved. Many of us have got decades of experience in our field, and over the last year, we poured our hearts and our souls into creating something great. We also worked with our amazing friends at Avalanche, who've understood our vision from the beginning, who've supported us from day one, and also with you guys, fantastic Avalanche community. You guys have been here with all your suggestions, your feedback, your positivity, your open-mindedness, doing the playtest with us. All the improvements that you suggested have been implemented into the game and gotten us to where we are right now. So for that, we as a team are immensely grateful. So right now, we're in closed beta. Pretty soon, we're going to go for a full hero launch, which will contain a bunch of levels, a bunch of quests, and then there'll be architects will come in, where everything will get bigger, better, and bolder, because you guys as a community will be able to make these experiences, just as we have as a team, for other players in the community. And then that's alongside PvP, where we're going to enable you to challenge other players, battle them, and brag about it on social media. Because, to be honest, that's the best thing about PvP, right? It's truly going to be exciting and a fantastic experience, and I cannot wait. The good news is you can join the closed beta right now. You can join tons of players who've been giving us all this feedback, who've enabled our team to fix well over 100 bugs and improvements. Aside from fixing all of this stuff, the team is also hard at work at translating the game into multiple languages. So we're starting with Spanish, Japanese, Korean, and Chinese. And then we're aiming, pretty soon, for full world domination. So if you want to get involved in this experience and join us on this journey today, please find one of our team members. They'll be either wearing one of these shirts or one of these shirts. I think they sat over there. Please find them, and they'll be more than happy to give you an exclusive closed beta pass. This shiny thing is a soul-bound NFT, and it's your ticket into the game straight away. So as soon as you get one of these, you can start playing right now. Now, nostalgia is a particularly strong tool for reliving some of the happiest days of our lives. And we've hoped that Portal Fantasy has been able to capture at least a glimmer of this, and that message has resonated with all you here today. So thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the beta. Thank you, guys. Cheers.